Hey everybody, Cody here from Mikro-just. Hey, thanks for looking at the website. Thanks for checking out the Mikro-just product. What I want to do in the next few minutes is take a few minutes to explain to you what the Mikro-just is, how it works, and why, if you're more than a recreational skier, why you're going to want to have this on your slalom ski or your trick ski. Now, this all came about a year ago when John Horton from ballofspray.com and I had a conversation about being able to make small, accurate adjustments on a rubber boot aluminum plate style binding and make sure that those adjustments, number one, stayed, meaning that once you made that adjustment, you were not having binding slip on top of your ski. And number two, we want it to be easy, we want it to be accurate, we wanted to be able to put the binding on the ski, take a measurement, adjust, and then know exactly where we were from that point. Here's how we did that. What we came up with was a product that we're calling the Mikro-just. And what the Mikro-just is a CNC machined piece of 6061 aluminum. We've got some serrations machined on it. These are in increments of 1/20th of an inch. We've got a slot in it that gives you 27 adjustments per the Mikro-just, as long as you've got the same length of slot on your binding, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. And then we got a drilled and tapped hole in it, and this is for clamping and for fastening this to your current binding. The second piece of it is the mating serrated part, which is going to go upside down, and it's going to lock into the serrations so that this is a real nice positive strong connection. That's not going to slip, it's not going to move. This was done very, very nicely by the machine shop. And then you're going to use just your standard stainless steel screw to run through and clamp that down into your insert hole on your ski. Okay, so this is, you can see how it works. It's got the serrations on it, the serrations on the slot, the screw. Now, when we get them all done, we send them out for a matte black anodized to protect them and to make them look a little bit nicer. When you order your Mikro-just, what you're going to get along with it is you're going to get the drill bit that you need to drill the hole in your current binding plate. You're also going to get the chamfer tool that matches the angle on the back of a standard flathead cap screw. And you're going to get all the hardware to mount it. So here's what we do. We take your standard binding. This one happens to be a T-factor. It does have a full slot in the front like most bindings do. It has an adjustment style middle, which it has basically 5 positions in it. I was running an HO Animal at the time of doing this, and still am. This here boot, this one isn't mine, but it's something we're working on for a customer. But you have to make whatever you have in the center has got to be a slot, because this is going to have basically infinite adjustment, so it does have to be a slot, and then you got your slot in the back. So what we do with the Mikro-just is the first thing that we do is we turn your hole pattern into a slot. Now you can do this yourself. You can do it with a die grinder, you can do it with a Dremel. We do it with a milling machine and an end mill, so it's all nice and clean. On this one, actually there wasn't much to do. And all we did was took a file and just filed down the sharp points from each one of those chamfers that are on the T-factor plate. Once that's done, I take a clamp. I clamp the Mikro-just over the slot, center it up best I can, use a clamp, and then I take the drill bit provided and I just drill just enough to see where that hole is going to be. The reason I do that is the threads that are in the back of here are pretty small, and it is aluminum, so they tear easy. So you just want to put a spot on there so you can see where it's going to be. Get the Mikro-just off of there and out of the way so you don't tear them threads up. Take your drill, drill that hole, and then rotate it over and get the countersink that we give you and recess this hole. Now when you run this countersink in there, you want this to be recessed to the point where the flathead cap screw that we give you is going to recess completely into the aluminum plate, meaning that we don't want any of it sticking out. There's going to be a piece of foam probably in the back of your binding. Make sure that the cap screw is recessed into the aluminum, not the foam. If that is not, you're going to run the chance of scratching up, marking up your ski, and most of us are pretty anal about that kind of stuff and don't want that. So once you got that done, simply fasten this down. You've got your Mikro-just now locked down onto your binding plate. And with your top clamp and your screw, you're ready to go ahead and make adjustments. Check out our adjustment video for how that works. Have a great season. Let the Mikro-just help you out.